What is going on, everyone? This is my first time through the Southern Pro Tournament, so I don't want to call it a guide yet. We'll see how good I do. Alright, as you can see, low-level clubs, Extra Mile 5, Sniper 6. I'm not upgrading that Saturn. I got my Thorn, so on and so forth. So, yeah, let's hop right in. We're going to need the Goliath, though, for the first hole, if everything goes well. And we are also going to go with a navigational navigator. Also, I just wanted to show real quick, we go back here, we go back to the balls. I've never spent a dime on this account. I got like 3 special balls, but that's because they were giveaways when Playdemic was, you know, giving away balls to everyone, not just me. All right, let's get our hands dirty. A lot of elevation in here. Let's see how this works out. Much closer than I wanted to be. 20% adjustment, full top spin with the Extra Mile 5. Maybe take 1 bar off. Okay, for the second shot here, for the sake of not being in between clubs, we went with the Goliath. Looks like we could have went with a bit of a smaller club. Actually, what we're going to do here is a rough bump with 1 top spin, if I remember correctly. Yep. And if we set this up properly, we have a nice side wind, so even if we hit great, we should be okay. We are going to be sitting at about 2.5 rings, not including 40%, so we're going to go an extra. There we go. Sand glitch? I don't know what happened, but it's an easy putt, so I'll take it. Okay, hole number 2 here. Definitely need a power 3 ball, but one other thing I would also like to recommend is if you have wind balls, I think they're definitely the way to go. I'm actually going to put 1 top spin on here. Just because we have such an excellent ball guide. Might even go 2 top spin. Yeah, 2 top spin looks good to me. And then we're going to adjust for 6.5 plus 30%. 6.5, call 30%, about a ring and a half-ish. We hit it great, but because we're using the Sniper, I feel pretty good. And yes, that top spin was too much, unfortunately. But we have an easy chip here. So I just want to say, do not trust your ball guide. It looked like it was going to stop well short of the hole, and that was not the case. I did watch Tommy's video before playing, and he specifically said, watch your top spin, and I specifically did not pay attention. So now we see why he said that. A close putt is always a higher percentage shot than a chip in, but we will take it. All right, we're going to attempt this with the Quasar, but we might need a little more. I'm going to go with 1.5 top spin and full left spin with the Quasar. We don't have much curl. A katana might be the way we should go. 20% onto this, which I have no clue what I'm doing here. I think I'm going to fail miserably here. Alright, so we didn't get up high enough, and I did not bring my big dog, so I am concerned. Okay, so we have luck on our side for sure for that one shot. In terms of this, if we look at max overpower with a 8-mile-an-hour wind, we can make it over. So we don't have much top spin, and I want to stay away from that that sand up there. So I'm going to do a max overpower shot here, just to try to get within wedge distance if it's possible. I'm actually going to decide to take off that side spin because I don't even think I'm going to make it up that high, and I don't want to end up in the rough on the right. We did get perfect. Hopefully the wind does push us, and it did. And I'm pretty happy with that. But hopefully you land the drive better than I did, and you don't need to chip a long chip in. Okay, because we are at minimum distance here, I'm going to try the dunk. And my numbers for a minimum distance dunk here for 6 miles an hour is just 1.5 rings. But we have enough backspin that if we miss it, we're still going to be on the putting surface. Or at the very least, although this looks slightly uphill, yep, just missed it. Oh, that could be a long putt, so hopefully we get to the fringe. There we go. Okay, and if you do end up in the same position I'm in, one thing that's really nice is the fact that on this shot we have straight tailwind. So if you have a really good ball guide, just have your ball guide stop just a tad bit before the hole and pray for perfect. There's our first mistake. Okay, here I just want to make sure that my landing position is good. We got 7 miles an hour plus 30%. So we're going to adjust about 9.5 rings. We'll go 9. And we're going to go about 75% ball curl. I am worried about the sand on the right, but we were able to sneak by, and this is a very easy. Okay, I do want to say I was a lot closer to the sand than I wanted to be, so we could have done without the curl, or we could have set our original shot up more to the right, which just seems to have made more sense to me. 7.2 side wind if you're hitting right here from the fringe. I would just say aim at the right in between the pin and the side of the hole. Should be more than enough. Even if we hit this great, we're so close. And we hit it great right. I still expect it to go in. Barely. Okay, so hole number 5. We're going with the Titan, not for the first shot, but for the second. Calls for about 1.5 top spin, full left spin. And maybe just a little bit of overpower, not 100% sure. I'm going to make my adjustment, push it back up, and then see where my ball guide is. We are looking at about 2.5 rings. Then we're going to push it back up. And we are going to add just a little, but still so we could kind of make sure we hit at least great. and I'm happy with that. The Titan is brought for the big dog. All right, so now we're still definitely short. It's going to be a tough one. Going to have to, whatever adjustment we make, we're going to have to bring it back up. Very, very tough shot here. All right, the big dog that I'm using for 7.2, we're looking at about 3 rings, and then there's 5% difference, so it's about 3 rings. We're going to stick with just 3 rings. Then I'm going to push it back up, and I'm going to slightly overpower this as well. Very happy to hit perfect. Very happy to avoid the sand, and we have an opportunity for an eagle here. I got my little buddy Chip on to help give me some luck. First time he's making an appearance in an actual video. Normally he's just on my streams. And let's stretch this out here. So we're going to be at about medium distance. Once again, have your ball, or have it, make sure that the line doesn't go through. Now I got to scroll way down to the bottom of my club charts here. And we are only looking at around 1 ring. Now perfect is what's needed from this distance. Good job, Chip. All right, man. High five, RG. We have fun in our streams if you haven't been in one yet. Okay, so hole number 6. The approach here looks very scary, and it is. We want full top spin, full right spin, and we want to land over there. Now, as you can see, with full overpower, it's allowing me 3 rings. On my club, that's 7.7 miles per hour, but we got to remember there is a 20% adjustment, so we're looking at about 3 rings adjustment. So with that, I am just going to drop it right here and call that my adjustment. And I am also going to do full right curl and hope for the best. We hit it great left, which is not good, but it's better than great right. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be close enough, and that hurt. Might just not have enough. You know what, actually, a perfect shot might have made it. All right, anytime we got a chip shot, we got to put our hat chip on. And this is a very difficult area here. I'm going to try full back spin, and also to cut some out, full right spin, and just look for a good position. The hole is not in play, but getting and staying up. Okay, we're near max distance. Getting and staying up near the top is. So we're going to take a little off. And again, I'm not going for the hole. I'm going for an easy putt here because of our first mistake. So my hat just asked me, why'd you put me on if you weren't going for the hole? And I'm like, yeah, brain fart. But look at this. We do have a decent putt. So I guess the one thing that I really kind of like about this is if you do go into a sand or the grass, you can still get on the green. Now the trick on this shot not only is elevation, but getting 2 bounces in at minimum before we hit the green. So I'm trying to aim right about here, so the second bounce is before the fringe. I don't want to aim it on the fringe because I don't want a fringe glitch, but you never know, we could get one anyway. And then remember, we're looking at 30%. So 7, we're going to go 9 rings. And on top of that, we're going to just add just a tiny bit of curl. And let's see if we can get our ball to stop on the green and not go in any sand or rough. 2 bounces, third bounce is on the green. Hopefully it sits. If not, it's still an easy chip shot. It's kind of a long putt, but we won't have to overpower. These putts scare me, being a little on the long side, during tournaments anyway. Oh, we do have to overpower. We're in trouble. So what I do when I have to overpower is I like to go over left and right here to see, and then I try to find the middle in case I grade it. And that cost us. Alright, so a marlin is suffice here. We're going to jump over to this pad here, and we're going with about 4 topspin. And full left spin, which isn't much because of the marlin ball we're using. And then again, like I said, 10%, so 7.1 is 3 rings, but 3 rings is also 7.7, so I'm just going to go a hair over 3 rings and hope for the best here. We did hit it perfect, so as long as everything was lined up well, we should be in good shape. We want to get up towards the top here, but not too close because we're easily going to reach. All right, second shot here. We don't want to lose control, so about 2 backspin is nice. Here's max right where we're at, so we're just going to aim it right at the cup, not through it, maybe even just a tad bit before. And then I'm going to go 6.6 rings. It feels like it should be less because we're going uphill, but on my notes I didn't put less, so actually I am going to go just 6 rings, not 6.5. What difference that'll make, I'm not 100% sure, but let's take a peek. And actually that would have been perfect if I would have put a little more backspin on. Finally, here we are at hole number 9. You definitely want to bring a power 3 ball, a Titan will suffice. We are going with maximum backspin and full right spin, which will leap us right over into this area. We don't want to go up on the hill and roll back down, but I am going to take, I'll just go 2 backspin. Not much of a difference. This is a 20% adjustment, so 6.2, 7.7 is 3 rings, so we're just going to go 3 rings. And hitting it great is never a good thing with a low-level extra mile, but hopefully we did great proof it, and I went a little further up than I thought I would. 2.5 backspin for sure. All right, so the final approach shot here. This is a tricky one. We're going full left spin. And my notes actually say 1 backspin, but man, that looks like sand to me. However, we're going to take into account the elevation of 40%. So right here, we're looking at 4 rings. 4 rings is 10.2. It's half of that. I don't feel like 1 bar of backspin is going to be enough for us. Kind of wing it here. Happy to be over the sand. Hopefully we stop before the rough. And that should be an easy putt. So let me attempt this putt here. And just say in conclusion, I feel like 7 or 8 out of the 9 holes my opponents made a big mistake and ended up using a rough iron or a sand wedge. So despite the fact that we had 2 pars, I gotta say, elevation is huge here. We can definitely clean up. Hole 3 and hole 7 got us, although I believe it was hole 3 where we just missed a putt. So that could easily be cleaned up. Or was it hole 7 where we missed a putt? I don't know. But you know what? I feel really good about a -9 in order to make it in. However, a -9 times that by 2, -18 is not going to get you. It might get you in the weekend, but it's not going to get you any good types of prizes. So definitely have a sheet with notes in front of you. And as you can see in this column here, you probably can't see, but I have the elevation numbers, and then also throughout my notes I have the elevation numbers for the second chart. This has been pro. Again, I don't want to call it a guide because this is my first time playing from the second tee, but overall I'm really happy. We definitely could have hit that -11 target of Steady Eddie. Especially we could have had one drop as well with the sniper shot. But I hope you guys like this guide. I hope it was helpful to you. Join us in streams. I'm streaming every day. There's a tournament at 7 p.m. New York time for the United States. So you can, if you have a different time zone, you can figure that out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel. And hit that subscribe button. And if you're not subscribed, if you are subscribed already, make sure that bell's clicked so you get notifications every time we go live. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Good luck in your tournaments.